I'll promote inclusiveness by ensuring that every student voice is heard through well-planned workshops, forums, and interactive programs. I will engage greater participation and strengthen communication across campus. To implement these plans, annual activity calendar, a clear and structured schedule of events, improve planning and participation.
We spoke about enhancing the artist light. My question is, what specific vision you have for the artist light? And then what types of program do you propose to increase student engagement in you?
All right, thank you so much for the question. With regards to the enhancement of the artist night, I will make sure that with every event or any execution on campus concerning and in line with the artists, of which we know that every artist who comes here will give a short video, and it promotes the school too as well. So, and the student interest too is very important in this section. So, every artist that will come on board, we will make sure that the student will approve and love the artist. And as I mentioned earlier, it wasn't just only about artist night alone. The culture, which is include poetry, of which we know we have a political science student on campus, and recently they had a very nice poetry program which was held at KBA 5. And I believe with all these things we can do more. Dancing too is part, and visual arts. Thank you so much. Why didn't you go for you so much for the question. First, I will say a very big thank you to the current administration for giving me the opportunity to serve under them. Being the Deputy General Secretary and contesting for Organizing Secretary at the moment is the student interest. The student themselves came to me and then asked me to contest for the Organizing Secretary. And not like I'm not decisive. I can be decisive on that one, but I'm serving the students and their interest too matters. Thank you.
Thank you very much. One more question from the moderators.
So we take down from our side and we give the student also to ask 2 questions. So, Gideon, you spoke about logistics. But this question is a 2-in-1 question. The first has to do with I witnessed the just ended SRC week. And I engaged a lot of people, rally all students to get involved when.
All right, thank you so much. So your first question about engaging the students in every activities. From the onset, I mentioned of annual activity calendar, of which I'll make sure it will be clearly communicated to the students before time. Second comes to the logistics management. I will fully emphasize on things that belong to the school, especially. It's supposed to be well kept and managed as well. With regards to last minute option, we all know.
Thank you very much.
Ask our aspirants
Please.
You were saying you are going to enhance the artist night. I want to ask you how many services have you spent here? And when you are done, then I'll ask my follow-up question. This is my question. How many services? Okay, thank you. So, assuming 2 academic years now. Okay, 2 academic years. So, with regards to what you are talking about, since you came, have you ever witnessed what we call artist night here? And how do you intend? You said you are going to make sure the student will approve the artists before you bring them. Have you actually experienced some lapses with regard?
Kudos to you on that side. So, with connections and other staff, I believe and I know that the administration is not just going to be made alone, and it is good to have leaders ahead. Since you have had an encounter with an artist before, when the mandate is being given, we will come to you and seek advice from you. Because if you want to go far as a leader, you don't reject advice. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think your question has been answered. Right. So let me take 1 or 2 from the audience. All right. Doreen, any question? All right.
Yes, so we understand that this is live streaming. So those following us live can also write their questions or test their questions, and those questions will be asked I'll make sure that when it comes to finance or funds, we will seek sponsorship from well organizations who are willing to support us. Second, we will have people who are well and fully prepared to participate in our programs, like currently program. The artists who were here was only the boy and then one shame. I'm sure every artist would love to come here, but it depends on the fans. So with that one, as I mentioned earlier, we will seek sponsorship for that one. Not only just on sponsorship, I'm sure that the SLC board too, we will come up with something of which it will help. And in regards to the poetry, as I mentioned earlier, we had a program at KBA 5, and it was so loving. So those people too will be involved in our programs. Transparent communication, as I mentioned, we make sure that within the week or within the semester, we will visit the students in their classes, ask them their concern, their challenges, and then give them a good feedback. And when every program is being executed, we make sure after the program, we will talk to one or two people and seek their concern about the program, how it went, how it was, so that we will know the errors at that moment, and then moving forward to what we will do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we will take one last question. Alright, we have the Speaker of Parliament in our midst. I think he has one question to ask our honorable member.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Organizer. So, my question to you is, as an organizer, how do you intend to blend your work as an organizer with that of your academics?
All right, thank you so much for the question, Honorable Speaker. And I'm so glad you first mentioned as an organizer. Everything must be well organized and planned before, and to blend it with my academics. I'll make sure that I'll have a timetable for myself, personal timetable. I will know this time I will do this time I will do that. Well scheduled. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I think your question has been answered, right?
Alright, thank you very much. Mr. Gideon, you are now released. Thank you. The next is William Lagori. If I got it, he's not wrong. Then Musa bin Abdullah. Musa bin Abdullah, is he around? Okay, so we'll go to so we now go to external affairs. Isaac Kojo-Mensah. He's not around. Okay, so we go to chief of staff. We have Anochi Christine Somwa. Okay, then we go to Danso Godfrey.
Good evening, fellow students. Good evening, sir. A manifesto by Danso Godfrey Abuna, SRC Chief of Staff Aspirant 2026-27 academic year. Mr. Chairman, the SRC executives, respected members of the House, ladies and gentlemen, I give thanks to God Almighty for blessing us with this wonderful day. Additionally, I extend thanks to each of you for making it here. It is with great passion and dedication that I present my manifesto, outlining key policies and initiatives that I believe will bring positive change to our students if I'm given the mandate to serve. These initiatives will enhance students' experience and development in and outside campus. Based on the duties outlined for the Chief of Staff in the KAAF SLC Constitution, here is a structured policy document. This document translates the constitutional mandate into a strategic framework for a student government campaign. Campaign theme, transparency, coordination, and student engagement. 1. Executive summary. The Chief of Staff is the engine room of the SLC. Our policy focuses on transforming this role from a background administrative policy position into a proactive bridge between the Executive Council, campus associations, and the student body. We commit to a 72-hour transparency rule and a robust media presence. 2. Core policy pillars. Communication and media excellence. The official journal. I will restore the SLC official journal, moving beyond simple announcements to include student features, departmental updates, and financial summaries. The 72-hour transparency guarantee. I pledge that every major decision made by the Executive Council will be communicated to the student body via official channels within 72 hours. 2. Digital publicity. Implementation of digital first strategy for all SLC executives, SLC activities to ensure maximum visibility and participation in student events. Inter-association teamwork. Association Convention Committee. We will establish a monthly round table with all campus association heads to receive reports and address issues of series of events. All constitutional mandates are met on series of events. All constitutional mandates are met on time. Accountability tracking. Internal tracking of all. Assign responsibilities to ensure the SLC delivers on its campaign promises. 3. Our commitment. The Chief of Staff is more than a title. It is a commitment to information, coordination, and accountability. We are here to ensure that when the SLC meets, every student knows why, when, and how it will benefit them. Fellow students, thank you. Support me to protect, deliver, serve and lead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Godfrey. I will not answer.
Thank you very much for this wonderful manifesto. I have 2 questions for you. The first one has to do with what you believe is the most essential skill the Chief of Staff must possess to be successful in the LSAC. And then the B part of that question is what specific skills make you suitable for this role? That's my first question. Thank you. So it's a 2-in-1 question.
2-in-1 question.
Thank you for your question. Honorable Chair, please, I didn't take it in consideration, but I will add it into my policies. Thank you.
So I should still use the English. Then I will take the question one by one. Okay, so the first is what do you believe is the most essential skill that anybody that wants to become a chief of staff for the LSAC must have? And then to be able to explore or work effectively in the SLC. That's the first one. And the second one has to do with you yourself. What do you think is your skill that makes you suitable for the position of chief of staff? You are putting it now.
Thank you for the question. I think I have to. Efficient communication skills, and then also I've worked as a deputy communicator communication officer for the team for the past 5 months. So all the experiences that I have from that particular portfolio, I can go and utilize it in the SLC when the mandate is given to me.
My last question for you. So, how do you define the difference between the chief of staff and the SLC president? And how will you ensure you empower the president without acting as a shadow president?
Thank you for the question. Honorable Chair, as I said earlier, Chief of Staff is not just a title, but rather a senior advisor to the President. So I am going to advise my President in terms of policy making and formulations. And I will also make sure that all the policies that he is going to come around, it is going to benefit all the students. Thank you.
Chief of Staff, I want to ask, I know you stand as a bridge between the president and other executives. So I want to ask, how will you monitor the progress of other executives, like the organizing secretary, general secretary, and others? How will you monitor their performance or their progress? How will you do that?
Can you clarify the question?
I want to know, how will you monitor the progress of their work or their performance? Your executives. How will you monitor their progress or their performance? The activity that they are performing, either the organizing secretary, the general secretary. As our chief of staff.
I'll make sure that there will be a regular meeting and report on time. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is your first answer.
I'll make sure that all the executive members, they will report their issues and other activities to me so that I can also channel it into the president.
Please, I will keep it.
So we now take two from the audience. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, good evening. Sure. So my name is A.O.M. Alexander Obin Mensah. So Honorable to be Godfred Kwabena Danso, also known as Akando Jr. Yes, trying to take over from my seat as the Chief of Staff. Honestly, I think all my question is answered, but I just wanted to applaud you on your policies, as it's just a stepping stone for my own. So I just wish you all the best in the coming fourth elections. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Akando, I only want to ask, and this one I just want yes or no. Are you going to work closely with Parliament to help us share our information in time?
Speaker of Parliament, thank you for the question. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. I think the simple answer is yes. Alright, I'll take one question.
Yes, Honorable Wilfred Kobnadansu, aka So my question to you is, being you keep mentioning that you are the chief advisor, chief of staff is a chief advisor of the president. So let's say the president wants to enact or come up with a policy, and you are advising the president on that. But if the case the president decline your advice, which in other words your advice is contrary to what he intends to implement or reform, so you are advising him or her on the implications, but he declined, what will you do?
Thank you for the question. I'll go to the other executives so that they can also, bring their ideas.
Thank you very much. You are released. We now go to the women commissioners, and we have the first is Sheila Takuya Bonzi. Okay. We have the first on the list. We have Princess Achakuro.
Alright, before I give the microphone to our General Secretary, so I stand here as executive board member, and I'm very much disappointed in some of the aspirants. So I think the purpose of manifesto reading is to come here to the students to explain, to elaborate your your policies to the students. So I don't know the reason why you want to be a student leader. You've structured your manifesto or your policies, and I'm not sure all the students are on the student platforms. So just come here, explain your policy to the students for them to give you the mandates, and do not come. So, what stand do you want the student to vote for you? Are you on the same stand? Do you guys? Yes. So, what do you want us to vote for you? Just come here, explain your policies. What you want to do for us? Yes, we don't have any reason to vote for them. Yeah, that's what she's saying. Just come here and explain your policies to us. You can't just come and say vote for me, without explaining your policies. So all the policies you are seeing on the student platforms, we need clarification about all the policies. You understand? Just come here and explain it to us. We will close the school pages and they will come to your hostels one by one and explain it to you. Thank you very much.
Effective communication, proper documentation, transparency, and active student participation. I firmly believe that leadership is not about titles, it is about responsibility, transparency, and putting students first. If given the opportunity to serve, I would ensure that every student receives accurate and timely information regarding SRC decisions, programs, and opportunities. I will utilize appropriate platforms, including social media, notice boards, and student forums, so that no one is left uninformed. And then a strong connection is maintained between the SRC and the student body. In addition, I will promote proper documentation and record keeping by ensuring that meeting minutes, reports, and official correspondence are accurately recorded, well organized, and safely stored. This will not only ensure continuity, but also strengthen accountability within the SRC. Transparency and accountability will be cornerstones of my leadership. I will make relevant information about SRC activities accessible to all students, so that you are always well informed about matters that affect you, and this will help build trust and confidence in students' leadership. Furthermore, I will encourage students' participation by creating platforms where students can freely express their concerns, ideas, and suggestions. Leadership should be inclusive, and every student deserves to be heard and represented. My leadership experience as a leader of the school's Baptist celebration in Agri Memorial Senior High School has equipped me with strong organizational, communication, and teamwork skills. I have actively participated in organizing student activities and promoting engagement experience that has prepared me to serve effectively in this role. In conclusion, I am committed to serving with integrity, dedication, and responsibility. I am passionate about making a meaningful impact and ensuring that every student's voice is heard. Together, we can build an SRC that is transparent, organized, and truly responsive to the needs of students. Vote for a voice that listens, a leader that serves, and a secretary that delivers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Princess. As the General Secretary, the SRC Board, the President is the face, the Organizing Secretary is the hands. As the General Secretary, mental or physical, how will you keep them? If you can get up. Before it goes missing one day, you come to me and be like, okay, not fine.
Sure that all documents are kept carefully. And then he said, how will I do that? So I'm going to keep records of meetings so that in case anything goes wrong, I would revisit those meetings to answer certain questions to the students.
My question is, do you have any digital way of the system that you do or physical? Like, are you going to give them under your bed?
You saying, do you have any physical way, spiritual way, or digital way?
So I'm going to, as I said, I'll record the meetings so that if no, like using both my book and then my phone to record it.
You see, I was thinking maybe you have some, you get some little buffers in your SRC of keep the files inside. Maybe you have some digital computer system that you upload the files into. How you can system it. You can't hear. Okay, so I was expecting you to tell us maybe you have a digital way, like computer system that you keep our files inside, or maybe you have some a little box in the house of you that you can keep there. If you have a locker that you keep our files or document that you have entered inside.
So thank you very much. And my question has to do with what is your strategy for ensuring student grievances sent to the SRC are well communicated to university management and tracked until resolved? Thank you. Alright, so I'm saying that what is your strategy for ensuring student grievances sent to the SRC are communicated effectively or well communicated with the university management and tracked until the grievances are resolved? Thank you.
So thank you. I would create suggestion boxes around so that the concerns of students will be put inside, and then it will be open from time to time to know what is going on. And also through the conference, I will communicate with the conference to find out from their colleagues what is going on and their grievances. I'll communicate with them frequently.
Does KAAF University have? 3. Okay. It is good that you know we have 3. We have here the city campus and have the East Legon campus. Now, we all are not here. How are you going to engineer the 3 campuses, rally the students around to patronize the SRC? Thank you.
I will visit the campuses and I'll let them know about the SRC and whatever is entails. And then I'll make sure that they are involved.
two questions from this side. I think ladies first.
Thank you very much. Hello, Princess, how are you? So, I think when you were reading, I overheard you saying you are going to ensure proper record keeping, right? Okay, so I want to ask, what systems will you put in place to ensure proper record keeping? Thank you.
I'll make sure that after every meeting or during every meeting, I'll take records and also make recordings so I can go back to them so that every information is accurate.
I'm General Secretary. Hopeful. I like how you are smiling. But I'm sorry, I won't ask you yes or no. So, as a General Secretary, the role is very crucial to the SRC. And how do you intend to, just as you said in your manifesto, that you believe in continuity, how do you intend to do that so that whatever you are recording and the things you are doing can be passed on to the next General Secretary?
So I'll keep all the records safe, and then whatever has been going on, certain recordings, I'll make sure they'll be on pen drive so that I'll give to them so they know what is going on.
I think that we have to still ask you questions because this is the administrative side. Between the chief of staff and the general secretary, who does more for the SRC? So we have to ask questions because we have to know a lot. Or we should release you. We should discharge you. But let me ask a question. How will you handle conflict of interest between different student groups or within the executive? Thank you. Executive Council for the SRC.
With conflict of interest, conflict of interest, I would be neutral to them, and then I'll talk to them, try to make them understand whatever is going on.
Alright, so you are discharged. Thank you. The next person is Priscilla Obi Doyon. I don't know if I get the name right.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished executives, honorable members, my dear fellow students. I, O.M. stand before you today with a clear purpose to serve with diligence, transparency, and accountability as your next SRC General Secretary. The Office of the General Secretary is the backbone of administration and communication within the SRC. It is the link between the SRC and the student body, and if that link is weak, the students feel disconnected and unheard, That is why my vision is centered on effective communication, inclusivity, transparency, and student engagement. To achieve these, I present to you my key policies. 1. Bridging the communication gap between the SRC and the student body. And I'll be doing that through course representatives, notice boards, effective, consistent updates. Students will always be informed about decisions, policies, and activities. In addition, I would ensure that the minutes from SRC meetings are properly documented, simplified, and shared, because every student deserves to know what is being done in their interest. 2. Ensuring proper information dissemination. Not all students receive information the same way. Some rely on the WhatsApp platforms, some rely on notice boards, and others rely on physical systems, ensuring that no student is left behind, regardless of their preferred source of information. 3. Introduction of the People's Forum. I believe that leadership must be accessible. That is why I am introducing the People's Forum, where students can directly engage with SRC executives, ask questions, share concerns, and contribute ideas. This initiative will strengthen transparency, accountability, and trust between leadership and the student body. 4. Organizing the interfaculty quiz competition. The interfaculty quiz competition will create a platform for intellectual growth, health competitions, and collaboration among students from different faculties, while ensuring interactive and exciting, and also promoting academic excellence and unity. 5. Introducing the Student Opportunity Desk. Information is power, and opportunities change life. I will set up a student volunteer team where students from various departments are recruited to help in searching for the opportunities, connecting students to scholarships, internships, conferences, and leadership programs, and also help students with applications when necessary. My role as a campus ambassador for NASAC in partnership with IDP IELTS and the Event and Planning Committee member for National PUSAC, I would actively source opportunities by collaborating with organizations such as PUSAC, NASAC, and ONSAC. I would also encourage the students to share opportunities to continue the flow of information. My fellow students, leadership isn't about making promises. It's about delivering results. As the General Secretary, I'll remain organized, proactive, and committed to ensure that your voices are heard, your concerns are addressed, and your interests are protected. Together, we can build a system of where communication is clear, leadership is accessible, and every student feels represented. Vote for accessibility. Vote for transparency in leadership.
All right, thank you very much. I have 2 questions for you. The first one has to do with what experience do you have in leadership or secretarial roles that makes you suitable for this general secretary position?
Thank you very much for the question. I currently serve as the financial secretary for KUMSA, which is KAAF University Nursing and Midwifery Students Association. And my role as the financial secretary is directly related to the roles of a general secretary, where we deal with record keeping and accountability.
Alright, so the second question has to do with how will you manage your academic workload alongside the demanding duties of the general secretary? Thank you.
Thank you very much once again. Just as I said, I've held several leadership positions, and even from my manifesto, I'm currently the campus ambassador for NASAC in partnership with IDP IELTS, also an events and planning committee member, and also financial secretary reside in SAC. I actually did all this through effective time management and yeah. Okay.
All right, Madam Priscilla, as the General Secretary, you have a lot of paperwork to do, and what as how will you remain approachable and visible to the student body, rather than not being only in the office always? How will you do that? Or will be in the office always because you are the General Secretary?
Thank you very much. Still going back to my manifesto, where I actually spoke about physical announcements. Not mainly I cannot be in the office and making physical announcements, and I'll not be writing at every time. So once I want the student to be heard and represented, I'm going to balance being at the office and being with the students as well. Thank you.
Take 2 questions from the audience. But for this time around, I will let the president for the SRC speak first.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, for the opportunity given to me. Madam Aspirant, good evening. All right, please, what is your position in terms of the structure of the SRC as a General Secretary?
Okay, thank you very much. My position as the General Secretary, position as in terms of number, I'm the 3rd.
All right, so meaning the president is not around, the vice president is not around, you're the one to take over, right? Okay, that's fine. So when you are in the office with, assuming you are alone, in the absence of the president, the vice president, and then a student rush in with some emotions to report to you that he is from the northern region, he came late, his room is being locked, by his sister, and then he called a friend sent him to the hostel. The friend has a roommate, so when he sent him to the hostel, he was handed an amount of 10,000 Ghana cedis. So the next morning, the roommate also didn't go to class. The friend that he joined to his place, they both went out to the class, to the lecture hall. When they returned, the guy came in and reported that the amount of 10,000 is stolen. It's such a critical situation as the 3rd, should I say, beautiful lady of the house. How would you handle this issue if you are being given the opportunity? Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Excellency. Your question is really lengthy. I didn't actually get the scenario because you go back friend and I'm not getting it. But in such situations, and I happen to be alone, I would definitely have to get in touch with the other executives because I cannot do everything on my own. Critical situations. So in case I happen to call the president and he gives me the go ahead, some of the issues are sometimes beyond the SRC. That is why we have the dean of students around. So if I can't handle it, I'll go to the dean of students. Thank you.
To me, I think you've given an answer, but you are contradicting yourself. You told me that you were not getting the whole scenario, but you've gone ahead to answer it. How did you get it? And then So this is just a critical thing. I know you've done that, right? Oh, okay. You were listening to them. That's one issue. But then this is the scenario. I think you've given the correct answer. Thank you very much.
See, critical thinking.
Madam Secretary, I like your song. Talking of, my question will come from your policy statement. You mentioned faculty debate. And quiz, right? It's quiz. Among the press needs of the SRC, do you think the interfaculty quiz is the best at the moment?
Thank you very much, Speaker of Parliament. My policies were a lot, and even the introduction of the People's Forum was a platform where students can actually bring us questions, get their concerns addressed and all that. And definitely, the interfaculty quiz is important because most of us on the main campus haven't had an encounter with the law campus. Myself, like the first time I happened to meet a law student was during the matriculation, and having this quiz would actually bring us together. It's a form of academics and unity where we get to meet students from various faculties. Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Ramford. Your question was, what will I do if I fail to meet deadlines? I still remain accountable for my actions. But before failing to meet the deadlines, I think there should be priorities of every action. So I don't meet deadlines because I do my things before the deadlines come. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, yes, you made mention of communication gap and that when you had the opportunity to become the SRC General Secretary, you are going to enhance that and improve that. You also talk about as your functions is to write minutes and to communicate them through the SRC cost reps and so forth and so on. But I want to, aside all this, I want to find out from you what is one innovative way that you bring.
Thank you very much for the question.
Thank you very much for coming. You are duly discharged. We have one of the women commissioners available, so we will take her in the person of Sheila Apia Bonzi.
Moderator, electoral chair, fellow aspirants, distinguished students, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all once again. My name is Shila Ekria Bonzi. I stand before you not to just contest for the position of the Women's Commissioner, but to redefine what the office has truly held. Before I continue, I would like to commend the officer of the position at the moment, Honorable Yabamfwa, for the wonderful job done. However, this office has been largely centered around one major event, Face of KAAF. Whilst it is beautiful and commendable, I strongly believe that women's commissioners must go beyond a one-year platform, because the women on campus are not defined by a single event. We are leaders, we are scholars, we are entrepreneurs, and we are innovators. And we deserve consistent support, visibility, and empowerment every single day. And we deserve more than just a face. If given the mandate, my administration will focus on 5 key pillars. First of all, women's academic and career advancement. My goal is to ensure that every woman on this campus is academically guided and career ready. I will introduce a mentorship program that connects female students with top performing seniors and alumni who can guide them through academic challenges and career decisions. In addition, I will organize a practical career workshop which focus on CV writing, interview preparation, public speaking, and profile branding. Skills that are essential but often overlooked. I will also invite successful women from various industries to speak in what I term women in leadership. So students can learn directly from real life experiences, because at the end of the day, our women must graduate not only with degrees, but with direction and purpose. Secondly, mental health and safe space advocacy. Many women go through mental challenges, silently ranging from academic pressure to harassment, anxiety, and self-esteem struggles. My administration will prioritize creating a safe space and supportive environment. I will establish a confidence reporting and support system in collaboration with campus counseling services, where students can seek help without fear or exposure. This initiative is what I call Safe Haven Conversation, where women can speak freely without judgment, express themselves without fear. Additionally, I will advocate for stricter enforcement of policies against harassment and perpetrators, because a woman who feels safe is a woman who can thrive. Thirdly, economic development and skills development. As an entrepreneur myself, it will be my dream to see every woman on campus have a business or have a skill. Empowerment is incomplete without financial dependency. I will organize skill acquisition workshops where women can learn practical income generating skills such as makeup artistry, content creation, branding, and entrepreneurship. To support this initiative, I will introduce what we call Women Support Women Market Day, where female student entrepreneurs get the opportunity to showcase their products and skills. This initiative will not only promote business growth, but also build confidence and self-reliance among the women on campus. Fourth, which is my priority, is health and wellness campaigns. The health of women must not be overlooked. I will implement what I call Pad Hair Initiative. The Pad Hair Initiative is a sanitary pad bank to ensure that female students do not miss class due to sanitary poverty, providing them either free or subsidized prices through sponsorship. We will also run breast cancer awareness, which has been the norm on campus, which is an initiative to expose women to breast cancer awareness as well as vaccines. In addition, I will introduce the Campus Cervical Care Initiative. This initiative is to create HPV awareness and vaccination opportunities directly on campus. Ladies and gentlemen, it will amaze you the number of women who are dying due to cervical cancer. This initiative is to create the awareness of these women as well as help them talk to the students about this deadly disease. I will work closely with the SRC and other portfolios to ensure that our programs are effective and far-reaching. My administration will be inclusive of all women regardless of background, tribe, cause, or personality. And most importantly, I will promote unity among women because together we are stronger. Distinguished students, face of KAAF will not be abandoned. It will be improved, but it will no longer be the only identity of the office. My vision is clear: to move from event-based leadership to impact-based leadership. This is not just holding a position. It is building a system where every woman feels heard, supported, protected, and empowered. I am not just asking for your vote. I am asking for your belief in a stronger women commission, more inclusive and more impactful. Together, let's build an office that works 365 days to ensure that women are heard. Hashtag she cares. Hashtag your voice, my mission. Thank you.
Can I ask the audience a question? What did you hear from what she said? Someone should get relax. Relax. Our point. When I was saying my main point to my point to. You know why I asked this question? No. It seems like she was just rushing. No. Relax. If you want to communicate, you must communicate for people to understand you. All right. Let's take my question. My first question. I have two questions for you anyway. Maybe I'll add one, make it three. But let me start to wait. What are your three priorities for the Women's Commission for this school for the next academic year?
So my priority would be on the Pad Bank initiative, being someone who have had a first-hand experience of period poverty. I want to empower and encourage women to not miss class due to period poverty. So it is my priority to ensure that the Pad Bank initiative is accomplished.
The next question is, what specific initiative do you plan to introduce to improve the welfare of female students?
So from my policy, I have quite a number, but we will look at the mental health, which is creating a forum where women are freely to express their harassment and anxiety without fear or judgment. Also, the Women Empowerment and Women Entrepreneurship Day, which looks at helping women grow their businesses and their brands. In current times, I would say that social media is the top money-making factory. So therefore, I look into supporting women and encouraging them to go into content creation and branding of their various businesses.
All right, Madam Sula, you've said a lot in your manifesto. I only have one question for you. I want to know what kind of organization are you going to partner with to make sure all these visions come true? Or are you just going to depend on the SRC, or how will you do it? I just want to know how will you do it, because it's a lot of things.
Thank you for your question. So in accordance with the first one, which is women in leadership, I happen to have worked for the current mayor of Tema Central, Honorable Ibi Bright, as an NDC member, which has given me the opportunity to assess some women in politics. So this is also a paid way to get women to talk to the students and encourage them to go into leadership, especially politics. Also, in regards to the Pad Bank initiative, with the help of my management, that is Honorable Asantwa, we've been able to speak to some influencers, which is including the popular Amma Bernard, who has had the Pad Bank as one of her desires. So we have 6 sponsorship from such people that they want to get the go-ahead from my office before they come in. Also, in regards to the sanitary pad, We can speak to sanitary pad companies like Yas, Proper, and Soft Care, which I know that in their next year budget, if we speak to them this year, they will make room to create a number of products for us to use. Thank you.
My final question is what is your plan to handle cases of sexual harassment or discrimination against female students? Thank you.
Thank you so much for the question. So, looking at policy 4, which says we are going to create what I call safe haven conversations, where we are going to have a discrete system, either a platform or an office sector, which is going to have a discrete executives who are going to receive information and interact with women who have gone through such without judgment. We also plan on involving the counseling services of the school, which is already their work, and we will help these women with these situations.
So for this one, we will take 4 questions from the audience before we go on break. Since we have the Women Commissioner here, she will be the first question. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. Hi Sheila, how are you? Okay, so I've heard your policies. Honestly speaking, they are very good policies. Okay, and please clap for her. They are very, very good policies. However, when it comes to women's commission, okay, during my tenure, I wanted to help eradicate the fact that it's only centered on females, so we could bring the guys on board. But unfortunately, my time is limited, and I'll be leaving very soon. Okay, so I would want you to help bring that on board. Okay, and also in a situation where your fellow executives do not give you the opportunity to execute all these policies, how then will you go about it? Because you are working collaboratively with them. Do you understand? So I want to know how you go about it. Yes. And also you made mention of some, is it a pad bank? Yes. So during my tenure last year, I said exactly the same thing. Unfortunately, I couldn't achieve it. And if you are giving them mandates, I would really pray that you work upon it and make sure it comes into existence. And as the Deputy Chief of Staff officer, I'll be very glad you work hand in hand with me so we can promote this school. Okay, so please, back to the question. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Yao, for your question. So the question was, how am I going to work with the executive to accomplish everything? If I don't accomplish everything, if I don't work, please can I get the question again? Thank you for your question. So my fellow executive, that is other parts of the SRC or my office in general, the SRC, okay, if they don't give me enough space, so looking at it, I think in as much as the Women's Commissioner or the Women's Commission Office is a part of the SRC, it is a little independent. So I feel that if we are not getting the platform to do all that, first we go through a number of conversations and consensus to prioritize the most pressing need of the office. If not, we would have to involve the patron or other members to help us, because in as much as we are working together as an SRC, every office must ensure to leave a legacy. And I don't think you should allow another executive stop you from leaving your legacy. Thank you very much.
Mr.
Honorable Sheila, I must commend you with your eloquency. Yes, yes, your policies are well awesome, and if the student body grants you the opportunity to come to office and you are to implement it, I believe that's how I say on this campus are going to go at the next level. However, looking at your policies, I really understand that these are visible and achievable. Unless maybe when you get opportunity, maybe different things can be played. Because every policy that you nominated there have ways and means that you want to go by it to achieve it. And I must commend you for that. Because most at times you hear policies of candidates and most of it are based on the SRC dues. Meanwhile, this particular year or this current administration, they are having challenges of SRC dues. Why? Because some are not paid. And because of that, when you are going to do a program, you will be in handicap. When you are going to do a program relying only on SRC dues, you will be in handicap. You find yourself in a tight corner. So I believe with this policy that you stated, it's an example for the rest. That when you have a policy, don't base your policy only on SRC dues. But then you narrated that you have sponsors and you mentioned one particular person's name, how the person is ready to come on board, but you are waiting for the approval. That is a good thing. I will encourage the rest to do that. That we have so many companies who are willing to sponsor or to support student body, and therefore, your own is an example. Don't give up. When you give a nod, please don't try to move away, or maybe you will last. Secondly, another thing I want to ask, assuming that you are going to organize a program, you go for sponsorship. Let's say the whole budget is 50,000 or maybe 100,000. Let me say 100,000. Now you get sponsors that amount to maybe 200,000, right? So you have an excess of 100,000. What are you using that money for? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. So if there should be a balance of 100,000, I do believe that the tenure of office is short to accomplish all this. So at least a quota should be left for the next administration to work with.
Yes, you answered the question perfectly. It means that no matter how excess you have as a profit or break even, you give the rest to the S house. Because even if you leave in the coffers for your other will come, it's still in the coffers of the S house. So that's good. Thank you.
Hello, Sheila. I'll be very honest. This is the first time I'm hearing you speak, and it's really commendable. I should say I'm proud of you. But again, with your policies, you mentioned mental health as part of your policies. This is not a question, but I'm just commending you for thinking of mental health. As a Speaker of Parliament, sometimes I get some of the girls come to me and they vent and their issues is sometimes psychological. And as a man, I don't have emotions to say. Don't think I don't have, I do, but I cannot relate so much. So I think it would be commendable if the Office of the Women's Commission is able to work on something in relation to mental health, because I was surprised some of the girls even test ChatGPT when they have issues. I was really surprised to hear such things. I spoke to Honorable Yama before. She promised to do something about it, but I saw nothing. I hope you do something for me. Thank you so much. executives, for executive, and then she has done even more than a Pauline can do. But then I want you to understand that she just brought in new things to the house, to the community. That is Mr. KAAF. For the next administration, when being given an order, how do you intend making that portfolio being created more and more interesting, so you get more guys to participate in that? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, for the question. So if there was something I identified with this current pageant, I realized that the benefits, or let me say the material benefits of going for this pageant wasn't advertised enough, because I happen to have heard his benefits after the program had ended. So I felt that if these things were advertised, it could have caused people to be attracted to the program, because some were wondering that if I'm Mr. KAAF, what do I get? But if at least they got to know that, oh, this is the opportunity you can get, this is where you can go, I feel it will create more interest in the next coming pageants. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So I heard you also saying that, this is my last question, okay? I heard you saying you would write for sponsorships and get some people on board and all those stuff. Do you think that my administration, you've never tried that? Because I think I have my fellow executives here. We used about 1 month. We requested for school bus. We roam everywhere in Accra. I hope my executives are here. We sent more than multiples of letters to various ministries, offices, and all those stuff. I don't know. Either we are now about to receive a response or something like that. So I don't know. Can you assure us of you getting such kind of? Because I'll be so impressed when I get that assurance from you. Because I couldn't get an opportunity to achieve what I wanted to. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, in my little experience of speaking to quite a number of companies, I realized that the mistake done by most people seeking for sponsorship is that you seek the sponsorship late, in reference that every company plans their budget for the year. So they believe that if you want a sponsorship within this year, you have to send your letters later the previous year. So they add it to their year expenses. So a company like Kabel, if you want to seek sponsorship for Kabel this year, within this period, you are not going to get it. Even if you do, just a little. But if you need their sponsorship for next year, then they create room for your expenses to come in. So I believe that some way, somehow, maybe it's due to late seeking of the sponsors. Thank you.
All right, I think that's your opinion though, but let me clarify this. I think we went there somewhere last year to Telecasst, Calbank, the headquarters, MTN, almost all the companies. EcoBank, Calbank, almost at the Magradia headquarters. We met the managers, we spoke, it was a lot of things. So I don't know how you may be able to maneuver away, but then I want to assure you that as you are expecting, as you are saying, we did say, we sent the letters, we knew that we are supposed to send them letter early before they will start with their annual budget. Anyway, that's a great initiative. I wish you all the best to achieve that. May God bless you.
Amen. Let's go.
Alex. Yes.
All right, so we'll get into the next aspirants, that is the presidency. But before then, do we still have someone who was late who is an aspirant here? Yes. Who, please? All right, so we'll take some 2 minutes break, and then we'll come back for the president. Thank you.
I'm going to see more. the DJ Dauda.
Alright, we thank you all for coming back. And we thank you for your patience. We are now going to take the president. The first we are going to take is Emmanuel Wemeka. If he is absent, then we're going to take Jordan Bonzi. Try two.
Exactly. As it should be.
Good evening, my people. Good evening, my people. The panel, esteemed SRC executives, fellow aspirants, respected students, good evening once again. I am Jordan Esiedu Bonzi. I am deeply grateful for this opportunity to stand before you and present what I proudly call the People's Manifesto. This is not just a speech. It's a reflection of our daily struggles, our ambitions, and our expectations from leadership. It is built from conversations, observations, and a genuine desire to make students' life better for every single one of us. Over the years, the SRC has contributed to student welfare, but we believe more can be done and must be done. As a servant leader, I strongly believe that the true power of the SRC lies in students. Leadership is not about control, it's about service. We begin with something we often overlook until it becomes urgent: our health. Many students have experienced moments where they needed medical attention on campus but did not receive the level of care expected. Some have had to leave campus in discomfort. Others have had to manage situations on their own. This is not the standard we deserve. This is why we are committed to retooling the university infirmary. This means advocating for a better medical supply, improved first aid services, and a system that responds strongly when students need help. Because when your health is secured, your mind is free, and your academic performance improves naturally. Academics remains the very reason why we are here. Yet we all know how challenging some courses can be. There are moments when you sit in class and feel completely lost. Moments when you wish someone could just hook you up with the right explanation. This is exactly the spirit behind the Fehu Kimi academic initiative. This initiative is designed to create a strong support system where students help students. It will expand peer-to-peer teaching across departments, bringing together those who understand with those who are trying to what? Understand. No student should feel alone in the academic journey. And personally, nothing will make me prouder than seeing more students succeed, pass difficult courses, and graduate with excellence. Representation is another area many students feel disconnected. Sometimes you have concerns, but you do not know how to talk to. You do not know who to talk to. Or even if you do, nothing seems to change. This is why we are introducing the council cost representatives. Issues from every class and present them in organized and effective way.
This. It will create a designated and recognized space where students' businesses are free without distracting academic activities. This is empowering students financially while maintaining order within the school environment. Leadership without listening. Leadership without listening is incomplete. Too often, leaders assume they know the problems without actually hearing from the people affected. This is why we are introducing SRCTA, the listening SRC. Under this initiative, we will constantly engage students through forums and continuous commitment to them to you. Listen to you and act on what you say. Because the best solutions come from those who experience the problems. Accessibility to campus is another challenge. Many students silently endure long walks, high transport costs, and unnecessary stress to get to lectures. They may seem small, but over time, they affect the energy and peace focus. Our proposal is to create a north gate. A north gate is a practical solution to this problem. The north gate is very by providing an additional access points, we reduce the distance, cost, and stress students go through daily. It is a simple intervention with a powerful impact on your everyday experience. Transportation, especially during late hours and weekends, is one of the biggest struggles students face. Some of you have had to walk their hours, pay extra money, or even take extra trouble. The initiative is very important. It is about
the pressure increases. Students need quiet, safe, and conducive spaces to study. Yet, access to such spaces is often limited by time. Closing the library early during exams does not reflect the reality of student needs. This is why we will engage management to extend library hours during examination periods from morning until as late as 9:30 p.m. This ensures that every student has had enough time and space to prepare adequately. Because success in exams should not be limited by access to a steady environment. Beyond academics, student life must include recreational and physical well-being. Our sports facilities play a key role in this, yet many of them are not in the best condition. By giving these facilities a facelift, we create a more vibrant and engaging campus environment. Sports bring people together, reducing stress, and even open doors for talent development. Investing in sports is investing in the holistic development of students.
Holistic means Jordan.
For our law students,
Law guy.
we understand learning goes beyond the classroom. Practical experience is essential, especially in areas like mooting, which prepare students for real legal practice. Although a moot court exists, there is a gap in structured participation. The creation of the moot lab will bridge this gap by providing a platform for training, practice, and development. It will help students build confidence, sharpen their advocacy skills, and prepare effectively for the demands of the legal profession, especially in a time where legal education continues to evolve in Ghana. Finally, we recognize that in today's academic environment, internet access is no longer optional. From online lectures to research assignments, data has become a basic necessity. Yet many students struggle to afford it consistently. This is why we are working towards implementing an SRC monthly data support package. This initiative will ease the financial burden on students and ensure that everyone can stay connected academically. It is a practical step towards supporting modern learning. My brothers and sisters, every policy you have heard today is rooted in one thing: your reality. These are not abstract ideas. They are solutions to real problems you face every day. We are not here to promise perfection, but we are here to promise commitment and accountability. Today, I stand to read my manifesto, but I remain super confident the policies here will later be the state of the SRC address. My people, the dawn of new leadership is at hand. Let's keep the smile and knowing everything works together for our God. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bong. I have 8 questions for you.
8.
8 questions for you. Maybe I will not answer all of it. I'm using me. The first question has to do with what is the central theme of your campaign and what 3 concrete initiatives do you hope to achieve?
Thank you so much, Honorable Panel. The central theme of my campaign is the Nyachidie policy. And under the Nyachidie policy, we have the A.O.M Reloaded. The A.O.M Reloaded, the Table Killing Academic Initiative, and the Council of Course Reps. So these are the 3 initiatives.
For 1 academic year, okay, fine. So if at the end of the day, you don't see these 3 initiatives as your core initiatives, thank you. They have continued the personal point. So what should you do?
You will see these initiatives, I promise you. And they are
Can you describe a specific time you led a team or a project to success, and what challenges you overcame?
Thank you so much, Honorable Panel. I'll borrow this from one session in our class. So we wrote an exam. I don't know if this should come here, but we wrote an exam, and many of the students in my class were mourning because I was the course representative at that time. They were mourning because the lecturer seemed to have not been coming to class, and the lectures were not really up to par. But the exams was difficult. So the students were mourning in a sense that so the students were mourning on this issue. So what I did as a course rep is I actually led a team of course reps because the course reps we are quite a number. So we came together and came to a consensus to beat our class and give them options. Either they report the lecturer to the HOD, or either we go to the lecturer. Posing that on them. We actually created a pool where all students brought their ideas on what we should do, and they put on what they wanted. And after we executed it perfectly. Thank you so much, Honorable Panel. This question is very dear to my heart. So there is a policy that I stated where I said SRC. Where we come to, because the students are the ones that made us the leaders. It comes to students to actually engage them and see their grievances and work on them. Wow. And it looks like so the SRCT, like in short, the SRCT is an initiative that you will hear students say, this is the type of leader that's always around us, and that's what I've been. People don't know what it is to represent, but I told them that I was representing. This office is something that we must understand. When we are asking questions, allow us, because we are asking on